Hello, my name is Gray for How Bizarre Studios, and in this micro-series video, I will be talking about the Battle Nexus. The Battle Nexus is a nexus of dimensions created by Lord Simultaneous and other Time Lords, connecting many different worlds, including multiple incarnations of Earth called Dimension Third Earth. It exists in the 2003 Mirage IDW and Rise of the TMNT series. It is the home of the Battle Nexus Tournament, also known as the Big Brawl, a competition held every 3 years where the mightiest warriors from numerous galaxies come together in battle to become the champion of the multiverse. This world climactically and geologically resembles the image of medieval Japan. The landscapes are filled with hills, rocks, and dense forests, and the sky is purple and pink. Through magical powers, the Battle Nexus is capable of supporting life forms from various atmospheric conditions. The only major trace of civilized influence can be found in the palace of the Ultimate Daimyo, the ruler of the Nexus, who sits on a rocky cliff with a waterfall and a battle arena. The arena is surrounded by a small place, which is mainly for the accommodation of tournament competitors and any guests. The natives of the Nexus live as in medieval Japan, but also wear masks or face painting, which are based on the earthly Japanese kabuki tradition. The Battle Nexus is governed by a mystical figure known only as the Daimyo, who presides over the matches of the tournament and maintains the peace of his realm using the War Staff of Ultimate Power. He is a great warrior who introduced ninjutsu to Earth. Though the Daimyo has final say over who can compete in the tournament, the individual matches are usually refereed by his servant, an ethereal being named Gyoji. The Battle Nexus is entered primarily through a ritual in which various mystical symbols are drawn in a circle on a vertical surface, and the meditative chant is sung. This will open a gate through which you will simply have to step through to get into the Nexus. This ritual is mainly taught only to tournament participants, but other persons can also learn how to do it. After registration, each participant of the Big Brawl takes part in the qualifying round. Only the Daimyo, under his decree, can allow unregistered persons to take part in the tournament. One lost match ends the adventure of the loser in the tournament. Two fighters who have not lost any duel face each other in the final round, which will determine the winner. If someone gets a serious injury during the tournament, the fight is interrupted for a while, and the wounded person has the option to give up. If he does not do it, he has to keep fighting with the injury. An anti-fatality barrier is in place for the matches. When a deciding blow is about to be struck, the loser is teleported out of the arena before they can be seriously wounded. The final round winners are teleported to a special arena. The last one standing wins the tournament. It is likely that the Ultimate Daimyo, with the help of the Mystic War Staff, was the first to open the gate to the Nexus and enter it. He opened this place for himself and his life ambition, to create a fighting arena in which the most diverse participants from all possible worlds compete against each other, just for the honor of the competition. The Ninja Turtles entered the Battle Nexus tournament having followed Splinter through an interdimensional gateway. Once there, they learned that Splinter was in fact the previous champion of the competition, as had his own master, Amato Yoshi, before him. While competing, the Turtles had to resolve a plot conceived by the Ultimate Ninja, the son of the Daimyo, and Splinter's old rival, the evil dragon named Draco. The two had attempted to steal the Daimyo's staff and using it to rule the galaxies. Eventually, however, they were defeated. Later, Leonardo and Miyamoto Usagi returned to the Battle Nexus after the fused Ultimate Draco shattered the Turtles across time and space. There, they fought the two villains once again. Lord Simultaneous noticed the Daimyo grieving, and then his son was returned to him as a young boy, much to his joy. Known former champions of the Big Brawl are Amato Yoshi in 1986, the Feudal Shredder, also known as the Utrom Shredder, the Ninja Tribunal, Draco in 1998, Splinter in 2001, and Michelangelo. Though his final round was interrupted, official victory status was awarded to him. In a later episode, an official Battle Nexus Championship rematch was replayed and Michelangelo defeated his opponent, Claw, again, this time fair and square. He also got a medal this time around for his character in battle. All tournament champions have a statue of themselves erected in the pavilion of past champions. The Battle Nexus was introduced in Mirage's 4th volume. Leonardo traveled there via instructions in one of Splinter's books. There, he encountered several characters, including Yoshi and Oroku Yoshi, a good version of the Shredder, and after his death, Splinter seems to have become a resident of the Nexus. More details about this version of the Battle Nexus are not known. The Battle Nexus also appears in the IDW continuity, and, just like the 2003 series, is the venue of the Battle Nexus tournament. Here, the Battle Nexus itself is not a dimension, but an asteroid, on the surface of which lie the city and the battle arena. The Nexus is governed by a 5-member council, the so-called Dimensional Council, which also includes Lord Simultaneous. The Battle Nexus was formed as a peaceful solution to a bloody tournament previously held, as seen in the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 Annual. At the first appearance of the Nexus, these games were implemented by Nieli, the leader of the Dimensional Council, as uncompromising gladiatorial combat. Only the efforts of the Turtles, Renee, and the warrior Baltazar put an end to these cruel games and lead to the banishment of Nieli. In the 2018 cartoon series, the Jorogumo Big Mama runs a tournament she calls the Battle Nexus, but it is presently unknown if this is supposed to be the same Battle Nexus from previous installments or just something that she named that. The famous human martial arts actor Amato Yoshi, best known for his stage name Lu Jitsu, was at the height of his acting career when he met Big Mama. They fell in love, and for some time lived as a couple, until one day, Lu formally asked Big Mama to marry him. It was only then that she dropped her human disguise and revealed her true yokai nature. Big Mama kidnapped Lu Jitsu, forcibly disappearing him from the human world and forcing him to become her best fighter in the Battle Nexus down in the Hidden City. This sets the chain of events that will lead to the future mutation of Yoshi into Splinter and the creation of the Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus is a third-person beat-em-up video game released in 2004 by Konami. A similar titled game was released for the Game Boy Advance, which is a 2D platformer. It is a sequel to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and is based on the 2003 TV series. The game has cel-shaded graphics, 4-player option, and has the classic arcade game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as an unlockable. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus is based mostly on the end of the second season of the 2003 animated TMNT series. The game also has 4 tournaments consisting of waves of enemy attacks. The cinematic cutscenes are adapted from various episodes in the cartoon series featuring the feudal Japan arc in which the origin of Irakusaki is discovered. Unlike the previous game, players share one health bar, so if one player gets hurt, the health decreases for all of them. Characters have weak and strong attacks, and they do different moves with different combinations. That is all for this week. Don't forget to press the like button if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, and share it with your Turtle fan friends.